You may or may not, depending on which news outlets you adhere to, have actually noticed that events have been going on in Leicester. What events? Well, running street battles between sometimes hundreds of marauding young men. They appear to have been battles which are sectarian in nature, battles between Hindu men on one side and Muslim men on the other side. Always all men, police often getting in the middle, huge numbers of police officers having to be on the streets night after night after these street battles began after an Asia Cup cricket match between India and Pakistan on August the 28th that took place in the United Arab Emirates. So why on earth are these street battles taking place? What is going on? Let's talk about this with Dr. Rakib Ehsan. He's a social policy analyst and writer and joins us now. Good morning to you.
Morning, Julie. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. I've spent the weekend getting the usual accusations of being a racist for tweeting about the events that have been happening in Leicester, asking why we've got violence between Hindu men and Muslim men on the streets of not Pakistan and India, but of Leicester. Apparently the thing I said that was the unacceptable thing, I hadn't realised, but apparently unacceptable question to ask was, how is that there's benefits of multiculturalism. What is, how are they working out for us? I think, for us in this country right now. And a lot of people are asking why on earth we've got clearly some very unpleasant, violent, sort of secular, sectarian battles going on the streets of the UK. Can you talk us through what's happening and who's involved?
Well, firstly, Julie, I'll make the point that there's been a great deal of complacency, especially in places such as Leicester. And the reality is that many people will say diversity is our strength, but it's only our strength if it's tied together around a set of shared values, common obligations and mutual respect. I think the problem that we're seeing in Leicester is a mixture of factors. In recent times, there's been a communalisation of local politics there in Leicester. What I mean by that is local politics is being increasingly dominated by religious identity politics, foreign territorial disputes over Kashmir. And that's meant that local bread and butter issues such as education, health
bin
care,
collections.
Exactly. That's being increasingly sidelined. On top of that, also in Leicester, I think there's a problem with out-of-town agitators. Reportedly, there have been troublemakers from other major cities such as London and Birmingham coming into Leicester and exacerbating those community tensions. And I suspect that Leicestershire police may be somewhat inexperienced when it comes to handling the various forms of social disorder that we've seen in Leicester. And then thirdly, we have to talk about immigration, something that many people don't want to talk about at all. There's concerns that the recent arrival of Indian subcontinental migrants with radical ideological beliefs, especially from India, which is increasingly becoming a hotbed of Hindutva ideology, Hindu nationalism, that is worsening the situation. That their involvement is also exacerbating those tensions. So you can see it's a mixture of domestic and international factors.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah.